This is Kritya who spoke.
Okay. This is Kavin. Kavin, are you here in class? Kavin. Can you see the PowerPoint presentation? A mercury
Yes,
drop of
ma'am.
radius 1
Yes,
centimeter.
ma'am.
Do this. Now I'll ask someone to. First step, get me the radius of the smaller drop. First, get me the radius of the smaller drop. Capital R, sorry, the radius of the larger drop is 1 centimeter. Get me the radius of smaller drop. That will be your first step. Find this. How will you find this? You have to equate the volume. Sorry, you have to equate the volume of one huge drop to the volume of 10 to the power of 6 small droplets. Now get me the value of first step will be that. Step 2 will be surface area of one huge drop. Third, surface area of 10 to the power of 6 droplets. Then fourth step is increase in surface area. Fifth step will be increase in the surface energy. Increase in surface energy will be equal to surface tension into increase in surface area. I want all these steps. Samuel Sanfa, did you start doing the radius, finding the radius of the smaller drop?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the value of the radius of the smaller drop?
Ma'am, is it 10 to the power minus 4 meter?
10 to the power of minus 4, correct. So this will be 10 to the power of minus 4 meter. So how will you proceed? How will you proceed? How did you arrive at the radius of the smaller drop? What are the two things you are equating? Volume of one huge drop must be equal to volume of 10 to the power of 6 smaller droplets. That's how you have to do this. Volume of one huge drop must be equal to volume of 10 to the power of 6 times the volume of one small drop. Surya? Surya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you get this value, Surya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Where is Kavin? Is this microphone not working, Kavin? Vaishak? Vaishak?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the surface area of one huge drop? What is the general formula? It will be 4 pi r squared. Correct. So what is r? R is 1 centimeter. So that will be converted to 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters.
Which is 1.
Okay, 4 into, so 4 pi into 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2 the whole square. So it will be 4 pi 10 to the power of minus 4 meters squared. Boys, all your entrance examination will be numerical based. Most of them might be here and there. You will have some application based question. So you need to apply whatever you learn in solving numericals. Why I have to call you students to get the answer. Darren and Gautam, 11C. Darren, Gautam. Darren, is Darren present? Darren? Gautam?
Yes, ma'am.
Melvin is absent. Nishant?
Ma'am, I'm
Rajit?
present, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Nishant? Rajit?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Did you find the surface area of 10 to the power of 6 droplets? So what will be the value of it? 10 to the power of 6 droplets. So it will be 10 to the power of 6 into 4 pi small r squared. So what is that value? 4 pi. What is r? 10 to the power of minus 4. So 10 to the power of minus 4 the whole square into 10 to the power of 6. What is that you are getting, boys? Minus 8, which means minus 2. 4 pi 10 to the power of minus 2.
Yes, ma'am.
4 pi 10 to the power of minus 2 meters squared. So what is the increase in surface area?
Final surface area minus initial.
Okay, fine. What will be the answer?
Ma'am, I think 3.96 pi 10 raised to minus 2.
3 point. So that
Yes,
will
ma'am,
be,
same answer.
the final answer is 3.92 10 to the power of minus 2 joules.
Ma'am, 3.96 pi 10 raised to minus 2.
Minus 2 joules, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Others, please solve the numerical.
Ma'am, does the final answer have pi in it?
Final answer is not having pi. It is 3.98 10 to the power of minus 2 joules.
Okay, ma'am.
But numericals of this chapters are important. So please be a bit fast, boys. Because I have to do numericals on excess of pressure. Are others getting the answer, boys? Are you getting? 3.98 10 to the power of minus 2 joules.
I got 3.9438 into 10 raised to minus 2 joules.
Okay, fine. Fine, boys. We'll go for one another important numerical in excess of pressure. Shall I go for that? You have derived an expression for the excess of pressure. Now we'll start solving a numerical. When you do this, two soap bubbles have radii in the ratio 2:3. Compare the excess of pressure inside these bubbles. So first we'll solve the first part of the question. Boys, you have to be very clear about it. Two soap bubbles. So a soap bubble, this soap bubble will have a liquid surface. You have air inside the bubble as well as air outside the bubble. So it has two free surfaces. So if it has two free surfaces, then the excess of pressure inside the soap bubble is given by P excess of pressure. The general formula, excess of pressure inside a soap bubble P will be equal to 4T divided by the radius, 4T divided by R, because it has two free surface. Now, can you do the first part of the question? Compare the excess of pressure inside these bubbles. So the surface tension will be the same because both the bubbles are from the same soap solution. So you have to find what P1 is to P2. Jayant, Joshua, John, Joshua, Jacob, and Jayant.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All three of you find what is P1 is to P2. Okay, what is P1, boys? Let me go for P1. P1 will be equal to 4T divided by R1. P2 will be equal to 4T divided by R2. But it's already being given. What is given? R1 is to R2 will be equal to 2:3. Then you find what is P1 by P2. What is P1 by P2? Is it R2 by R1 or R1 by R2? What is P1 by P2?
Ma'am, I think R2 by R1.
Yeah, it will be R2 divided by R1. So it will be 3 by 2. So your answer will be P1 is to P2 will be equal to 3:2. Was very important numerical. This is the first part of the question. Second part of the question is compare the work done in blowing these bubbles. So we'll go for the numerator. We'll go for the formula for the work done in blowing these bubbles. Have you completed? Others, have you completed? Siddharth? Sriram is here? Suvin?
Yes,
okay. Suvin? Suvin, have you completed?
Ma'am, his mic doesn't work usually.
Okay, fine. Right. Now we'll have to go for the next one. Compare the work done. Work done is nothing but the increase in the energy. So I can go for the next one. Second part. Work done in blowing the bubbles. You can expect such question, boys. In blowing the bubbles will be equal to the surface area into surface tension. There will be a change in surface area. When you blow the bubble, the area will change into surface tension. But there is one more too, right? The reason is it has two free surfaces. That's the reason you have the value 2. So work done, W1 will be equal to 2 pi, sorry, 2 into 4 pi R1 square into T, because surface tension will be the same. So the work done in blowing the second bubble will be 4 pi R2 squared into T. So W1 by the ratio of the work done will be R1 squared by R2 squared. So that is 2 by 3 whole square, 4 by 9. Copy down, boys. Have you completed? Boys, it's taking up more time. You're not. Why the classes? Both the classes are not responding. Now I have to call you. Adam, 11C, is it fine? Adam.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ayush.
Yes,
Ayush. Okay. Eben.
Yes.
Abhishek.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Ajay.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Alan.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayush.
Yes, ma'am.
Aaron. Gautam. Harman. Jacob. Get this. Jacob. Jayant. Is Jayant absent or his microphone is not working? Darren is fine. Samuel is fine. I need to call Jayant. Fine, boss. The next numerical, I'll read out the numerical. You're solving it. Write the numerical, boys. I'll ask someone to do. Just take the numerical. What should be the pressure inside a small air bubble? What should be the pressure inside a small air bubble of radius 0.1 millimeter of radius 0.1 millimeter? What should be the pressure inside a small air bubble of radius 0.1 millimeter just below the surface of the liquid Surface tension of the liquid is 7.2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 newtons per meter. Surface tension of the liquid is 7.2 10 to the power of minus 2 newtons per meter, and atmospheric pressure will be 1.013 10 to the power of 5 pascals. Now, how will you do this? How will you do this, boys? How can I do this numerical? The question is, what is the pressure inside the bubble? What is
EI minus
okay?
P.
What is the pressure inside the bubble?
Ma'am,
Yes.
is it 2s by r plus the...
Do we find the excess pressure?
Yeah. So no,
Yes,
the
that's
question is, what is the pressure inside the bubble? Pressure inside the. What is the pressure outside the bubble? What will be the pressure? Now you just get into it. What will be the pressure outside the bubble? Can you see the bubble? Where is the air bubble? It is on the surface. So what will be the pressure outside the bubble? It will be the atmospheric pressure.
Yes, ma'am.
The pressure which is acting outside the bubble is your atmospheric pressure. Now the question is, what is the pressure inside the bubble? So what is the excess of pressure? What will be the general formula of excess of pressure? What is excess of pressure? Excess of pressure will be pressure inside the bubble minus atmospheric pressure. Pressure inside the bubble minus atmospheric pressure. Because atmospheric pressure is the pressure outside the bubble. It's only when you solve your numerical, you'll understand the concepts better. See, the air bubble is lying on the surface, is somewhere just below the surface of the liquid. So the external pressure will be your atmospheric pressure, the pressure outside. So your excess of pressure will be pressure inside the bubble minus the pressure outside the bubble, that happens to be the atmospheric pressure. Now the question is, what is pressure inside the bubble? Will you be able to calculate right now? See, this is an air bubble, right? Now, how many free surface does it have? You know what is free surface? The surface of the bubble which is exposed to atmosphere, air. How many free surface does it have?
2.
2. Boss, you know what is free surface?
1.
1. Because outside it is liquid. Now look at the air bubble. Outside the bubble, you have liquid. Inside the bubble, you have air. So it has only one surface exposed to air. Suppose you consider a soap bubble. You know what is a soap bubble? A soap bubble somewhere existing in the atmosphere. The soap bubble somewhere existing in the atmosphere, it has 2 free surfaces, because outside the bubble you have air, inside the bubble also you have air. So it has 2 free surfaces, whereas an air bubble inside liquid will have air inside the bubble, liquid outside the bubble. So it has only 1 free surface. So the formula for your excess of pressure will be 2P divided by R. If it has 2 free surfaces, then it will be 4P divided by R. Boys, in such numerical, you should be very, very careful about it. how many free surface. If you make an error, the entire numerical goes wrong. So you have to be very clear, boys. What about a liquid drop? What about a liquid drop? How many free surface it will have? A liquid drop, say water droplet coming out of a tap. How many free surface does it have, boys? Inside the drop you have liquid, outside the drop you have air. So it has only one free surface. A soap bubble in air will have two free surface. A liquid drop will have one free surface. An air bubble inside a liquid will have only one free surface. That is why it is 2T upon R. Now can you calculate? Can you calculate? Lakesh, is Lakesh present? Lakesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Mahesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Mehul, Lakesh, Mahesh, and Mehul. I want the answer from you, boys. Just find what is the pressure inside the bubble. Calculate, boys. Yes.
I got the answer is 1.014
Okay.
is to
10 to the power of?
5.
Correct. Newtons per meter square. May I know who is that?
Ma'am, Nishant.
Good. Good. Boys, others, should I do? Or will you be able to do? Boys, should I do? Radius.
Ma'am, we'll
was
do on our own, ma'am.
of 0.1 10 to the power of minus 3 meters. There's one more huge numerical comes up next. I thought I'll start with capillary rise Ascent formula. Boys.
Ma'am, can you tell the final answer?
Okay. Should I, if you want me to do, I'll do, boys. Should I do?
No, ma'am, it's fine.
Your answer should be, because all these deals with exponential factor, exponential powers. That's what I'm just asking whether you are able to do. Have you completed this? Boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now look at the next one. I think so. It's a textbook numerical. Shall I go for the next one, boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at this. The lower end of a capillary tube of diameter 2 millimeter is dipped 8 centimeter below the surface of water in a beaker, which means you have water in a beaker, then you have a capillary tube. So it is dipped 8 centimeter below the surface of the water. So let this height be equal to h. Okay. What is the pressure required in order to, required in the tube in order to blow a hemispherical bubble? There is a bubble over here. A hemispherical bubble at its end in water. How will you do this? So you have the lower end of a capillary tube of diameter. So then it's a hemispherical bubble. The lower end of the tube to blow a hemispherical bubble at its end in water. So the lower end of the capillary tube, you have an hemispherical bubble. The radius of the bubble will be equal to the radius of the tube. So what will be the radius? Diameter is 2 millimeter, radius will be 1 millimeter. So that is 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. So the first step is you have to find what is the pressure outside the bubble. Can someone tell me what will be the pressure? Now this is an air bubble. So it's an air bubble. Can someone tell me what will be the pressure outside the bubble?
Atmospheric pressure plus the water pressure.
Yeah, the pressure exerted by the water of the column of water of 8 centimeter. Because, boys, please understand. Suppose if I have a liquid, a beaker containing a liquid. Now, suppose if I want to find the pressure, say at point B. Now, if I want to find the pressure at point B inside the liquid, say this is at a height h below the surface of the liquid, right? So the pressure acting at point B will be your atmospheric pressure plus the pressure exerted by the water column of height h. So I can write pressure at B, at point B will be your atmospheric pressure plus the pressure exerted by the liquid column of height h. Is this clear, boys? No, is this concept clear? If I have, boys, this is a general one. This, I think so. These concepts should be clear, boys. Suppose if I have a beaker filled with liquid, say if I want to find the pressure at a point A, if I want to find the pressure at point A, then the pressure acting at point A will be nothing but your atmospheric pressure, because the point A is lying on the surface. If I want to find the pressure of the liquid at point B, which is at a depth h below the surface, then at point B, there are two types of pressure acting. One is the atmospheric pressure. So pressure at point B will be your atmospheric pressure plus the pressure exerted by the height of the liquid h above the point B. Here, the pressure at point A will be your atmospheric pressure, P atmosphere. Here it will be P atmosphere plus HOG. This concept you should be clear. So now let us go back to the pressure acting on the hemispherical drop. The pressure acting on the hemispherical drop outside or hemispherical bubble outside. So you start with this pressure outside the bubble. So the pressure outside the bubble will be atmospheric pressure. It will be atmospheric pressure plus the pressure exerted by the height h. Here it is 8 centimeter of the liquid column. Can you find this right now? This is the first part of the question. Find this, boys. Pressure outside the bubble. It's the atmospheric pressure. What is the atmospheric pressure given here? It is 1.01 10 to the power of 5 plus your H is 8 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. Density of water is 10 to the power of 3,000 kilogram per meter cube. This is 9.8. What will be the answer, boss? Roughly calculate. Are you clear what you are doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Just find Muhammad Nabil, Taisir, Danish, Rishid.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you doing this, boys? Are you solving?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I am.
What will be the answer over here?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am, just a second.
Okay, fine. In case if you want to make G as 10, you can go for 10. If it goes as 10, suppose if I take G this as 10 instead of 9.8, if I so that will be somewhere for me around 8 point.
Ma'am, this is answer 9.01 into 10 raised to 5.
9.01. Is it 10 raised to 5? Okay, let me see here. It is. If I take this as 10, so this will be 4. Because you know how to add. You need to add when the powers are going to be the same, correct? One second. Shall I erase this part? See, this is 10 to the power of 5. So yes, if I go for this, it will be 8 into 10 to the power of 1.1.
Ma'am, the answer is wrong. Sorry.
Okay, let me do this. Plus, if I
Ma'am, can I see the answer?
Yeah. What is the answer?
Ma'am, 1.02 into 10 raised to 5 PA.
Okay, pascals, correct, boss. So this comes to be, for others, I'm just doing it up. So it will be 8 into 10 to the power of 4, because 3 plus 1 is 4, that is 2. So now I have to make this 10 to the power of 5 as 10 to the power of 2. Only then I can add these two physical quantities. So this becomes, the first term becomes 1.1010, correct? 3 decimal places I'm moving, so it becomes 10 to the power of 3. It becomes 10 to the power of 2 plus 8 into 10 to the power of 2. So approximately I can have 1018 10 to the power of 2, or I can go for 1.018 10 to the power of 5 pascals. Once you should know how to, because you cannot add two quantities when their exponential powers are different. You have to make them the same. Calculate, boys, just calculate. Others, those who have completed. Now, can you find excess of pressure inside the bubble? This is an air bubble inside a liquid.
Ma'am, when they're asking for pressure required in the tube, are they asking for the pressure outside or the pressure inside?
No, they're asking you what should be the pressure required in the tube in order to blow the hemispherical bubble. So if you want to blow the hemispherical bubble, so you have to find what is the pressure inside the bubble, right? So the minimum pressure that is required to blow the bubble will be, the minimum one will be the pressure acting inside the bubble. The minimum pressure required, the minimum pressure you require to blow the bubble will be equal to the pressure acting inside the bubble. If it is greater than the pressure acting inside the bubble is fine, but the minimum should be the pressure inside the bubble. So you have calculated the pressure outside the bubble. Next, you find what is the excess of pressure. So using these two, you can find what will be the pressure inside the bubble. That will be the minimum pressure required to blow the hemispherical bubble. So now you have to go for excess of pressure. Now this is an air bubble inside a liquid. So it has only one free surface. So excess of pressure will be 2T divided by R. Can you find that, boys? Excess of pressure. Shall I go for the next slide? What will be the excess of pressure? Excess of pressure inside the bubble. Inside the bubble will be equal to 2T by R. Find this value. R is the radius of the tube. Okay. Then you can go for pressure inside the bubble. So pressure inside the bubble will be the minimum pressure that is required to blow the, see, when you want to blow the bubble, right? So the pressure inside the bubble should be, you have to provide a pressure which is at least equal to the pressure acting inside the bubble. If it slightly exceeds, then the bubble will break. So the pressure inside the bubble, that becomes equal to the minimum pressure required to blow the bubble. Minimum pressure required to blow the bubble. So the pressure inside the bubble will be equal to pressure outside the bubble plus excess of pressure. Calculate this, boys. Okay. Did someone calculate this? Shamshul, Siddharth, Steve? What was the excess of pressure inside the bubble? 2 into what is? Okay. What is surface tension? 7.3 10 to the power of minus 2. What is the radius? 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. What is that you will be getting, boys?
I'm getting 146.
Okay, 146 pascals. So what was your pressure outside? It was 1.18 10 to the power of 5 pascals. Excess of pressure is 146.
Ma'am,
Yes?
I think period's over.
Okay, fine. Will you be able to calculate this? Boys, just put this in the.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what you can do is that, boys, you convert this 10 to the power of 5 because you cannot subtract from the other which is not having an exponential power. So just put this. So tomorrow I'll start with capillary rise ascent formula, then few numericals so that we'll complete the chapter, boys. Please work out.
Ma'am, here the radius is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3, right?
Diameter is 2, right?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Let's check. Okay, boys, others can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, boys. Please complete your work. Just only a small